Hello, sports fans. This is Stephen here with Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering ESPN's top 100 NBA players, specifically the top 10. Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you know all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, some of these players on this list I agree with. Some of these I don't. There's discrepancies all over the place. Now, I will say this. Jokic, the Joker, is the best player in the NBA for what he brings to the table, being that size, being able to pass, being able to block, being able to do whatever he wants to do offensively. He is averaging a triple-double, and he's doing it with the most proficiency of doing it literally of what we've seen a big guy or anything like that. It's not all just layups. It's threes, it's twos, it's mid-post jumpers. It's a number of things he's doing. So he's at his right place. And number two, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for what he's done and showing how he essentially took the Oklahoma City Thunder, won them an NBA title, and he was the lead piece for it. That well-deserving of a number two. Coming in number three, Luka. I think Luka is playing himself into shape, and you look and see how much weight he's lost in the offseason. I think this is going to be a championship season for Luka as far as the way that he's playing basketball. The last time we saw him motivated like this was when they went to the NBA Finals. He didn't finish quite like you wanted to see him finish, but, I mean, Luka is down and doing it essentially how you wanted to see him take it serious to move to Los Angeles. And being around LeBron is probably going to give him a lot of dividends and give him a lot of motivation and give him the right tools and blueprint to keep that weight off and to keep his body in shape throughout an NBA season. But we will see a dominant MVP-style Luka, I believe, at number three. Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't need to say much. At number four, he's the pride of Milwaukee. He essentially is where he needs to be, and he's a great asset to the Bucks, playing offense, playing defense. He's their best player, and he's primed to have a career year this season. Here's where it gets a little rocky. Victor Wembanyama, as good as he is, I don't believe he's a top 10 player yet. I still like he still has a lot to prove. There's other guys that can slide into this spot based off their physical talent, and if you're going off what you're projecting him to do, I need the Spurs to actually show it on paper and actually pay dividends before we start putting Wemby in the top 10 conversation. I would say Wemby is around the top 10, but not in the top 10. I think that you have other cases for guys like Ja Morant, other cases for guys like Zion Williams, other cases for like guys like Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving. There's other guys that have proven themselves and have put the work in to say that, okay, this is where this is. And even if he was healthy, Jason Tatum would have been on this list in the top 10. So I think sliding scale, I think Wemby is not a top 10 player yet. Number six, I think Anthony Edwards should be up on this list at least number five. Anthony Edwards has shown us that not only is he productive on the court, but he's somebody that you can build a team around. In clutch moments, he wants the ball. He plays defense. He plays offense. He sits down in the chair, and he wants the defensive assignment. He wants the big shot at the end of the game. That's what you want in a true superstar, and he shows that on the court. Coming in number seven, this is a little tough for me because I feel like he's slipped a little bit. He hasn't really been consistent as we know him to have been, but it's Steph Curry. There's times where the Golden State Warriors are getting blown out, and there's times where he's not hitting his mark offensively. And that's what he's good for. When you think about just what makes him special, the three-point shot, the ability to shoot the ball at a high clip from three and make teams pay for double teaming and make teams do other things. So I don't see him being a top 10 player. I see him outside the top 10. But overall, for what he's done, his body of work, I get it. I get where ESPN's going with this. But I don't see him as a top 10 player right now. He's not the best player on the Golden State Warriors right now. I believe that's Jimmy Butler. They've transitioned it to Jimmy's team a little bit. Even though Steph has the green light to go ahead and shoot when he wants to, I think that Jimmy Butler is more prolific in the eyes, the ears, the actual commands of the team. And you saw that last year in the playoffs about how they played and how they went along. Coming in number eight, I don't have no problem with this. LeBron, he's older, but he had one of his most dominant seasons. And you saw this could be the last season for LeBron. You heard the conversations about the extension being declined and him wanting to extend, the Lakers not wanting to. Say what you may of that, but I think that, averaging 24 points, 8.2 assists, and 7.8 rebounds as in your 22nd season is crazy. The oldest player in the NBA damn near, and you're looking to see, will there be a drop-off? Will there be a significance? And you see him not playing as great as we've ever seen him play. I don't think that happens this season, but I think this could be the last Laker season you see him in a Laker uniform. So, coming number nine, this is the tough, tricky one because Last season and the year before, we've seen Kevin Durant be with the Phoenix Suns. At no point in time did you see the Phoenix Suns be a threat to do anything. When Kevin Durant individually is great, it didn't lift the Phoenix Suns to be any better. It didn't improve their mark any better. It didn't give them any more wins. And Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, it just was like, hey, it's just three guys playing run and shoot at the local gym. That's what it gave the energy and feeling of. And at number 9, I expect more out of somebody in the top 10 to be able to lift your team every night to get a victory. At least help your team make the playoffs. If you're a top 10 player in the NBA, you should have your team in the NBA playoffs. Top 10 players do something different other than the rest of the NBA because they're that gifted. They're that able to lift the tide and make sure that their team is going to be effective and make the playoffs, at least to play in. So that's where we are with that, with number 9. And coming in number 10, Jalen Brunson. I don't feel like he's a top 10 player in size. I don't feel like he's a top 10 player in talent. What he does for the Knicks, that's great. Kudos to what you do for the Knicks. But when it comes crunch time, they can scout the ways to beat you. They put bigger guards on you. They put bigger forwards on you. They put bigger centers on you. Switch defense, and then you become a little bit less, and if you become more ineffective. Yes, you have the tendency to hit clutch shots, but we've seen in clutch moments you either get hurt or you can't be on the court. That's not good for a top 10 player. So when it matters the most and your team's in the Eastern Conference Finals and they need a bucket and you're hurt, what is it? When they can't rely on you to finish the season strong and be there for your team, and yes, making it to the Eastern Conference Finals is great, but you want to seal the deal. You want to come up big when it's time to come up big, and you want to make sure you're hitting those big shots. And sometimes they can't rely on you for that. Sometimes it goes ghost. So that's just my say-so on the ESPN top 10. I know they did a top 100 of the 100 NBA best players, but there was Trae Young, for example, John Morant, for example, just some of the guys that are on the list, and it's just like, why are they so high on the list when they're literally in the top 20 of the NBA? So it's a number of questionable calls by ESPN, but hey, we didn't make the list. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the top 10 specifically? Would you change anything? Would you drop anybody? Well, who would you bring in the top 10? Definitely get in the comment section of Sports Choice Plus on the YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the very next episode.